You're standing there, aren't you? Your face is burning, your heart is thumping against your ribs like a trapped animal, and you're desperately searching for a witty comeback that isn't coming. Everyone is laughing. They see you sweating. They see you losing. You look like a coward because you're playing their game, trying to defend a pride that's already been shredded. You're pathetic, and the shark in front of you can smell the blood. I can only afford to say this to you, my friend, because I used to be exactly like you. Maybe even worse. I am here to wake you up. If your case is special and more complicated, write it in the comments. I read all the comments, and I will absolutely make a detailed breakdown specifically of your case. But today, I want to tell you how to stop a social bully in his tracks without throwing a single punch or raising your voice. I'm going to turn you into the hunter using Psychological Aikido, a way to win by surrendering so fast it breaks their neck. At the very end of this video, I will give you the master key that shatters their control permanently. Watch closely. Here is how they were taught to break you. I call it the social guillotine. The bully doesn't just insult you. They test your structural integrity. They throw a joke or a backhanded comment like a hook into your flesh, and they wait for you to pull back. When you defend yourself, when you say, "That's not true," or "I'm not like that," you are providing the tension they need to chop your head off. You are handing them the win on a silver platter. Resistance is the only fuel a bully has, my friend. Without your struggle, their alpha routine is just a man shouting at a wall. They expect you to get red in the face. They expect you to try and prove how cool or smart you are. Every word of defense you utter is a confession of your own insecurity. If you fight the insult, you confirm it has power over you. You are a dog barking at a car, and the car doesn't care. This is where we use Psychological Aikido. In Aikido, you don't block the punch. You grab the attacker's wrist and pull them in the direction they are already moving until they fly across the room. We are going to do the same with their ego. Instead of fighting the insult, you are going to accelerate it. You're going to agree with them so completely and so aggressively that you leave them standing in a vacuum. Listen to me carefully, because most people are too cowardly to understand this. My paradox. Quote for you is this: to be untouchable, you must first become a ghost. You cannot hit what refuses to exist. By refusing to defend your ego ceases to be a target. You aren't losing the argument. You are exiting the dimension where the argument is taking place. You are the hunter, and they are the bait. This is the art of strategic absurdity. When they call you a loser, you don't explain why you're successful. You describe in detail how much of a loser you truly are. You lean into the shame until the shame becomes a joke that you are in on, and they are not. You are taking their weapon, turning it into a toy, and handing it back to them. They won't know whether to laugh or run. Trap 1. The bait. The scenario is set. You're at a bar or a party. The alpha bully looks at your shoes or your shirt and says, loud enough for the girls to hear, "Man, I didn't know they still sold clothes at the thrift store for the blind. You look like a total loser tonight." They are looking for a flinch. They are looking for you to look down at your clothes in shame. The crowd goes quiet. Everyone is waiting for your response. The bully is leaning in, his face full of smug satisfaction. He thinks he's trapped you. He thinks he's just established his dominance for the night. This is the moment where most men die inside. But you are not most men. You are a ghost. You're going to give him exactly what he wants, but in a way that poisons his entire victory. Now, you close the trap. You don't get angry. You don't try to be cool. You look him dead in the eye. You smile. A real, genuine smile, and you say, "Totally agree. I'm definitely the biggest loser in this room right now." You don't say it with sarcasm. You say it as if he just told you the weather is nice. You have just agreed to your own execution, and in doing so, you have made the executioner look like an idiot. Trap 2. The corner. The bully is paralyzed. He wasn't prepared for you to side with him. He'll try to double down to regain his footing. He'll say, "Oh, so you actually admit it." You're pathetic. He's pushing harder now, trying to find the resistance he needs to feel powerful. But you aren't going to give it to him. You're going to walk him further into the corner. When you agree, you remove the target. He is swinging a sledgehammer at a shadow. The harder he swings, the more he off-balances himself. If you argue, he's a winner. If you agree, he's just a guy being a jerk to someone who is being perfectly honest. The social pressure shifts from you to him in a heartbeat. He starts looking like the desperate one. Trap 3, the point of no return. Use the antidote. You look at him, shrug and say, "Exactly. I'm a total embarrassment. I'm honestly lucky you're even talking to me right now." You've taken his alpha status and turned it into a burden. You've made him your superior so aggressively that it becomes a joke. He can't keep insulting you without looking like a psychopath. Now, watch his face. The smugness is replaced by a twitch. He's looking for the exit. He might try to laugh it off, or he might get quiet. It doesn't matter. You have already won because you didn't fight. You didn't let him touch your emotions. You treated his insult like a gift of information, and you accepted it. He is the one sweating now, wondering why his victim is so calm. This is the beauty of calculated cluelessness. You are acting like you don't even know you're being insulted. You're just two guys talking about how pathetic you are. By removing your pride, you have made yourself invincible. He is desperately trying to provoke a reaction, and your agreement is a stone wall that shatters his knuckles. The group is no longer laughing at you, my friend. They are looking at the bully, waiting for him to do something else. But he has nothing left. He used his best weapon, and you thanked him for it. The power dynamic has flipped. You are the one in control of the room because you are the only one who isn't afraid of the truth, even if that truth is a lie he made up. The field test. I want you to go out for the next 24 hours and practice amortization on every single person who criticizes you. If your boss says you're late, agree and say you're the most disorganized person in the office. If a friend says you look tired, agree and say you look like a walking corpse. Do not defend yourself once. Report the results in the comments. You've stayed this long, so you've proven you have the stomach for this. Most people would have clicked away because their ego is too fragile to hear that they should surrender to win. You are different. You are ready to stop being the prey and start being the hunter. And now, for those of you who stayed until the end, I will deliver the master key. The master key is this. The person who cares the least about their own reputation always has the most power. When you stop protecting the image of yourself, you become a ghost that no one can hurt. If you are willing to be the loser in a conversation, you can never be defeated because you have already accepted the worst thing they can say. You are finally free. Now go out there and be a ghost. The world can't break what it can't find.